DeSean Jackson, chilling in California, right? Still out here in Cali. Yeah. Some reports as he's holding out from Eagles training camp. A lot of people thought he was ending his holdout Monday. There was reports to that in Philadelphia, but still not in camp. Michael Irvin not here to comment on this subject. We only have a few minutes left in the show. Asante Samuel, however, he showed on Monday, despite Nnamdi being signed on Friday. And maybe you got Nnamdi, DRC, and Asante Samuel.
Yeah.
Well, listen to what Asante has to say about all this.
I want to be where I'm wanted. If I'm wanted here, if I'm not appreciated here, then life goes on. I move on. If they're tired of my big playmaking ability, maybe they'll ship me off. So maybe they want to keep me. I don't know. Who knows? I'm going to be myself, and that's how I stay going, and I keep it, and I keep doing what I do.
If they're tired of my big playability.
No one gets tired of that.
I know.
I have an answer.
Well, he's being sarcastic.
No, but clearly he's hurt. There's no doubt. When somebody says that, I mean, you could read between the lines. Clearly he's hurt. He's shocked. The question is, though, even let's remove him, because I think a lot of people think that he's going to be traded. Even if he's not there, does this make all the moves the Eagles the team to beat in the NFC?
Oh, absolutely. I think they have pulled away big time from other teams within inside of their division. There's no doubt. And you take a look at what they added on defense. Yeah, they added the defensive lineman with Cullen Jenkins and Jason Badman, but I like what they brought to the secondary with Nnamdi Asomugha and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. If you're Juan Castillo, the defensive coordinator, you can dial up blitzes, lock down people in man-to-man coverage, and you can get home. Remember, Juan Castillo had been their offensive line coach. He knows protections. He can draw up schemes to exploit those protections, and then he has the talent to do it. Scheme plus talent to run it equals a lot of big plays on defense. And if I'm Asante Samuels, I would want in on this football team.
Yeah, but you saying you want in, but if they bring in another big-time guy, that's kind of like the writing on the wall. Either you're going to restructure to stay, or, like he said, if he's not wanted, he's going to be wanted somewhere else. Now, yeah, Juan is like Christmas time. He's got all these new toys to play with, right?
That's
so he's got to figure out what he got to do. But if you look at the Eagles and past playoffs, it's been the offense. They need to score points. They need to get on the board. They need playmakers to make plays, get in that end zone, and put up points. I don't care how good a defense is. If you can't put points on the board, it's going to be a problem.
I'm sure they feel like if they get DeSean Jackson back in camp, you get Macklin going again, you get another year out of Vic now. He's a year better.
It's a lot of offense.
You talk about LaShawn McCoy back there now. So I think they feel like they've got offense. It has to show up at playoff time.
That's the key. That's the only time that it matters.
Hey, listen, not arguing that
I know
at all.
where you're going
but think about what they did defensively. Those were moves that were made to answer the Saints.
Right.
To answer the Packers, to answer what the Falcons did going to get Julio Jones.
True.
This is what you're doing. And if you're Asante Samuel and you're thinking to yourself, maybe my feelings are hurt because they brought in DRC and they brought in Nnamdi, but if I'm a third corner with the way the game is being played, I'm on the field all the time anyway. The Packers couldn't wait to get to their nickel package last year in the playoffs. Right. They wanted to play out of that almost exclusively, and that worked awfully well for them. If you can get that going and you can find a way to keep Asante Samuel, there are your answers. What was the Super Bowl?
Let me ask you this question then, because as you were talking about, the offense has been faltering in the playoffs, and they really didn't tinker with that at all. They're just going to pretty much bring everybody back as is. Does this make the Eagles better than the Packers in the NFC in your mind? Is it time to beat?
No.
The answer, I think unanimously, we could all say no.
It's a no, but the moves were made to try and counter what Green Bay does. I mean, we all watch the Super Bowl, and we all watch the playoffs, right?
But
that's what you do. Hey, what do we say all the time? It's a copycat league. We see how Green Bay's playing.
Yep.
How do we have to try and defend them best?
But Green Bay is scoring points. They're going out slinging the ball all over the place. Their receivers are making big plays. They're running the ball with no-name guys that's coming out of nowhere. A lot of their starters on defense was hurt. And they were still making plays. So it was. But here's my other thing, real quick. Here's my other thing, real quick. All right. If the three corners stay there, Asante Samuel is still a starter out of those three.
I
Am I
totally
right or
agree.
wrong? Is he still a
35
starter?
interceptions over the last 5 years.
that
So
means
he's a
DRC
big play threat.
That means DRC.
Well, let me say this,
Is it-
because the
I hear it.
defense, when you talk about Green Bay, the defense sets the table for the offense. They score all those points. Very few interceptions in that secondary for the Eagles last year. That's something they have to improve. Takeaways equals points for the offense.
How many playoff games did Asante help you win? Few?
A lot.
few.
Okay. See, I'm just trying to read between the lines right there.